In this video, you'll learn how to use this 100% free NFL over-under half-point calculator tool. Hello everyone, Jonathan here with Excel Help Now, and I have another free resource for you. Link in the description to this model. It's an NFL half-point total calculator following up from my NFL spread calculator. Very similar logic, but just wanted to walk through this model as well. So what we have here is all of the from 2023 NFL game total values by occurrence. So 41 points all the way down to the least occurred 106 value. So this is every NFL game point outcome, number of occurrence, and then what percent of total games that represents. So 41, 44, 51, 37, these are the most likely total outcomes for NFL games. I got this nice graph over here on the right just to depict those percentages. And that's just helpful baseline to know how the model's starting with. So hopefully that's easy to conceptualize. What is the outcome of an NFL game for total points? And if you're looking to bet on the over-under, it's just nice to know what are the common thresholds. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those percentages and we're going to divide them by 2, because with sports betting, you have both whole point and half point totals that you can bet on. And then what I have here is this summary chart that's just going to look at every single outcome that has happened and convert it to half points. So we have 3 points, which goes all the way down to that max value we saw, 106. So 106 points in a game. And we are going to define our push probabilities for the under over. And then we're going to convert those into points. And so the math's all there if you want to look at it, but I think what's most interesting to people is how do we convert that into some betting logic. So let's look at our totals over here. So this 41 is the most likely outcome. So if we wanted to move and say that we're going to be under that, so if we got a current line offered at 41.5 points, at odds of minus 110, and we want to move down to 40.5. If we want to do some line shopping to see what sports books maybe are offering that 40.5, what would that be worth to us? So if it's 41.5 minus 110 odds, what would that movement be worth? And you can see here the calculator is going to say it's worth 15 points. So the new desired odds would be plus 105. So you need to have odds that are longer than 105. So 105, 106, plus 107, 108, and so on, for that to be a fair movement. And we can do the reverse of that. So let's say we're currently being offered 40.5 and we want to move up to 41.5. So you can see that's worth 11 points. And the new odds for that would be plus 101. We can move this around. So it's very dynamic. You can put in some really large movement swings, and I feel really confident that there's not a whole lot of transparency on half point values out there on the internet, and there's definitely not one that I've found that you can use to be able to move more than a half point or a whole point. So this is going to give you a lot of flexibility to be able to determine if you want to look at some big line movements. So if you think there's a line currently offered at 34.5 and you think it's going to be a pretty low scoring game, 27.5 is what you're hoping to move to. You can see that line movement from 34.5 all the way down to 27.5 is worth 56 points. So a new break even or fair odds would be plus 146. So play around with it. I hope you find this useful, and I'm pretty excited about rolling this out. I know as I did videos last NFL season, there was a lot of feedback of wanting to see some more dynamic in the NFL model I outlined. So with that, I'm going to flip over and highlight, and the link will be in the description to this model, the new NFL expected value model I have built out and available for purchase for those interested. So this is going to have drop-in odds for Pinnacle. So you're going to go to pinnacle.com, copy, paste the NFL line odds into here, and then you'll just select the matchups. That's going to bring in the money line odds, and it's going to give you a vig percent. We're going to devig those to get a fair percent. You'll get a fair odds, and it'll calculate the market width. So you can do some filtering here on max market width you're willing to consider. You can plug in your account value, in your Kelly adjustment factor, and that's going to dynamically update an optimal bet amount based on, after you do your line shopping, to identify any sports book that's offering favorable odds. So Baltimore Ravens here, break even odds plus 128. DraftKings is offering plus 130. So those are longer odds. It's a plus EV bet. We should place $5.22 on that money line. Then we flip over to the spread tab. So this is going to have the half point logic, where you can take the base spread value that's offered by sportsbook, and you'll be able to line shop and look at different half point values. It's going to go up 2.5 and down 2.5 spread points. So very dynamic and really useful to be able to look at different spreads and be able to see what the fair movement is on those. And then going over to the totals, we just walked through the over under free model. So that logic, that data is supporting everything you see here. So the over under, you'll be able to see the break even odds for each over under value. So 47, 47.5, 48, 48.5, and know what would be break even odds for each one of those total values. Plug it in up here, you'll get your break even odds, and then you'll get your wager based on the Kelly criteria automatically calculated for you. Really helpful. I think this is a great tool for those that are getting new into EV betting or wanting just to be able to purchase one-time item versus subscription. I think this is the best tool out there for you. So like I said, there'll be a link in the description for both this, the EV NFL betting model, and then also the free over-under half point calculator. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and God bless.